Recording this computer. Recording in progress. So let me just say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this. Hello, everyone. I'm Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor here at Sampson Properties, hiding out in an undisclosed location. Okay, I'm in Charlestown, West Virginia. We had our having our HQDU today. They're in the other room, so I'm going to try to keep my voice slightly down. So you may just have to turn your volume up just a smidge if you have trouble hearing. But we want to say welcome. I love seeing my regulars popping in, and then also my new friends popping in as well. So it is great to see everyone. All right, so today's session, we're going to be talking about missed opportunities and bloom where you are planted. And what does that mean? And what piece of the puzzle does this fit into? So, as you start your real estate journey, you are going to be finding that occasionally you're going to find out that somebody that you know went and bought or sold with another agent, and your heart is just going to crumble. And that's always that kind of that kick in the gut that we've all experienced at some point in time. So just know that unfortunately that is part of the business as well. So I'm going to flip to another screen. So if I look away and look kind of funny, that's why. But I want to take a note of a couple of things that um, or other ideas that you could possibly run with in making sure that you are getting out there, being seen, and putting the pieces together. So first off, you want to make sure that you are optimizing your social media profiles. I know a lot of agents have a love-hate relationship with social media, and that's okay. Whichever platforms you are comfortable with and choosing to use, just make sure that your social media profiles are updated and current, and make sure that you have a current photo, not the 1980s glamour shot that we had back then. Those we can't use anymore. It is I'm going to say it's a requirement, but it's community relations as well, is that we need to have a profile picture that is within the last 5 years. So people need to see and know who they're dealing with. Kevin, I'm going to ask you to unmute and chime in for a second. I know you have shared with me that it is is it truth in advertising? Which category does that fall in? Making sure that your photo is 5 years or less.
It's false advertising. Yeah, false advertising. If you're using, some people use other people's photos. I have a hard time with AI generated photos. DRE says if you're going to use your photos, it's got to be of you, unless you have a whole bunch of disclaimers or deep, unless you have a whole bunch of disclaimers, and you don't have room for that in your card.
Excellent. Excellent. So that's why we remind you to make sure that your photos are, in fact, current within 5 years. And again, if you're with Sampson, you do have the ability to have a complimentary photo done. But if not, there's photographers anywhere and everywhere, and you can get a great headshot done. All right. So another thing that you can do to make sure that you are kind of staying visible and not missing opportunities is also consider having a profile on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, people say, well, LinkedIn, isn't that just for business networking? Yes, but aren't you in business? Isn't it possible that somebody is on LinkedIn and is getting ready for a move because of business, changing? So they may need an agent in your area. So again, that's one not to completely overlook as well. All right. Another way is to make sure your email signature includes your headshot, your tagline, and is on, you've got a robust email signature line. Michelle, I see you got your hand up. You got a question?
Yes, real quick. What if you are dual career on LinkedIn? It's not confusing to put both, like
Well,
realtor.
you would want to be promoting your real estate.
Yeah.
And, if you're going to have a second, I'm going to say career that you'd want to promote on LinkedIn, go ahead and have a second one. Kevin, what's your chime in on that?
So I have brokerages on two coasts. So I have an East Coast LinkedIn and a West Coast LinkedIn. So you could do the same thing if you have a real estate one that's specific to real estate. You don't want to use your personal one if you have a separate personal one. You want to keep them bifurcated, as it were, unless they're of the same subject matter. But you should have if it's real estate, make it about real estate, not about your political opinions or anything like that. Just make it about real estate.
And the same thing goes for Facebook and
Yep.
Instagram. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And Kevin mentioned this, and I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. I know that people like to share anything and everything sometimes on their social media platforms, but understand that we're in kind of a volatile time, and don't start a dumpster fire that you can't control. So agents have gotten in hot water. Agents have been asked to leave brokerages or have been told they were leaving the brokerage, nationwide because of political or religious or whatever dumpster fires they started. So again, you've got a vast audience in front of you. Don't go with the intention of offending. Okay. All right. Another great way to kind of brand yourself out there and not miss out on opportunities is to wear branded apparel, whether it be a shirt or a pin, a name badge. I have always promoted a name badge. I used to jokingly say in Jumpstart session 1, when I would teach that, I'd say, wear it upside down. I mean, wear that name badge upside down. It's going to allow people to go, oh, excuse me, but did you know your name badge was on upside down? And you, of course, were going to respond with, oh my gosh, no, I didn't. Thank you. I was out previewing homes for a client. Stuck it on, didn't realize I had it upside down. It's going to start a conversation. And then, as thank you for letting me know moment, you can then go ahead and offer them a newsletter, because you should have them at your fingertips. So again, that's another great way to kind of make sure you're out there. If you're going even to your kids' sporting events, wear a shirt that has, ask me your real estate question or your real estate logo or brand on it. Again, it's that embedded command, whether you think they're paying attention or not. Let's see, make sure that your Google business profile is also updated, current photo, and current contact information. If you yourself have not Googled yourself lately, please go do so. Make yourself a little note on the side that as soon as we are done with this, you are going to go Google yourself. Go to Google, put your name in, and see what comes up. You will be amazed at how many times there are links that when you click on it, it brings up your profile, and the information is way out of date. It is, an old brokerage or 2 brokerages past, a bad email, and you didn't even realize it. So make sure that one of your takeaways is to go Google yourself and check on and click on all the links that come up that reference you, and make sure that it is all updated as well. Okay. All right. A couple of other fun things to do in making sure that you're not missing opportunities, as in you're a secret agent and not getting yourself out there, is regarding social media and content. You want to post consistently every week or twice a week to build visibility is a great thing. Talk about a property that you just went out and previewed, even if you have no listings yourself. Talk about another agent's listing in your office. You can get permission from them to do so. Talk about a great neighborhood that is building up or building out, a new construction area that's building out or building up, what amenities are in that area. So those kind of social media posts are all great to have as well. Share behind the scenes stories. I loved this one, a day in the life of a realtor. And that is a fun thing that anybody could run with as well in any footprint. And again, it's something that's a little unique and a little bit different. There you go. Whether it's putting a sign up, checking flyer boxes, reposting, your newsletter on the local Dairy Queen, bulletin board, community bulletin board, whatever it is, behind the scenes a day in the life of a realtor, what the glamorous side of real estate really does look like, and have some fun with it. Okay. Do short video tips, 30 to 60 seconds about buying or selling. Again, those can be posted then on social media. I think some of those are better than just a flat post because, again, it's going to be more engaging. You also can spotlight a local business. You go to them, introduce yourself, that you're a local real estate agent in the area, and you want to feature them as a spotlight local business. I don't think they're going to tell you no. I'm just thinking out loud there for a second, but they are probably more than happy. You just, do a quick interview with them. Hey, what's your most popular item on your menu? Or what is the one thing that you feature? That type of thing to help promote them and kick that out as well. I'm going to tell you a secret. If they're working in the community, they live somewhere. They have a house or a home or somewhere. There you go. So feature them as well and encourage, get their card, get their menu, put them on a link onto your website as well. And that is going to help build up that local spotlight for local businesses. Share local market updates is another one. The average, and again, it can be a 30-second, 15-second video with, hey, welcome to the community of your town. Average prices in this area start from this to this. I just quick little snippets. It's going to be all good. Again, anytime you can kind of make yourself present out there is better. Engage in local hashtags. In other words, hashtag Silver Springs Homes or Maryland Real Estate or DMV or California or Texas or this, wherever it is you are promoting your business, hyper local as well works well. Another tip on there is repurpose client questions. You can have a mini Q&A. So you can either do, a post. I'm just going to make this up on Tech Tuesday. What is a common question that's asked in the real estate world? There you go. You got 30-second video that goes out with a theme that goes with each day. Go live on Facebook, Instagram, and do a virtual coffee chat about real estate trends. Again, what's happening in your footprint, what you're seeing happening, more days on the market, less days on the market, prices going up, prices going down. You've got something to quickly talk about. Another great one is creating the Moving Tips series, the Real Estate Mythbusters. Have some fun. If your brain is not as creative as you would like it to be, go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I want to create a series on moving tips. I want a clever, catchy name, whatever. And it's going to come back and give you some ideas. And you go, ooh, that was a good one. And find one that hits your hot button and run with it. Okay. So moving on down our list of other fun things that you can do to hopefully not miss out on opportunities is attend local community events, whether it's farmer market, fairs, charity events, introduce yourself. You can still wear a name badge there and then say, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to take it off. So again, be involved in the community stuff as well. Sometimes for your local fairs and farmers markets, you can actually rent a table and have a fun spin the wheel on there, or you can have just numerous options are available there. Now, if you've ever wanted to do one, but think, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do one. I actually have a training video that I've already done, and it's called how to do vendor fairs, craft fairs, bridal bazaars, RV shows. Gang, don't overlook RV shows. If you've got an RV sales place close to you, check in and get to know them, because you would be surprised at how many people are wanting to sell a house, buy an RV, and travel the country. There's a lot of them that are doing it. So again, it's not going to give you 20 transactions, but it may give you one or two and that's one or two more than you had. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. But check out that option as well. Check out any local fairs, book fairs, even at the local library that may have an opportunity for you to be there and participate in the community events. All right.
What's
Volunteer,
NRV?
huh? What was the question?
What's NRV? NRV. What's NRV?
Okay, you're cutting choppy.
What's NRV?
RV, a recreational vehicle,
NRV.
the big bus like
NRV.
RVs. Mhm.
Okay.
That's what the
Thank
RV
you.
is. Mhm. Okay. Local community events, we hit that. Volunteer locally. Get yourself a oversized Samson sweatshirt or t-shirt and go to the local, if you like dogs and cats, go to the local animal shelter and offer to cuddle or offer to take them for a walk outside, or just get involved in something that you enjoy as well. Another great one, which I've done and loved and loved and loved, is to host a free workshop. And that is for buyers, for sellers, could be for investors. You can do it by Zoom. You can do it live. And there again, we have a whole training component on how to do I think it's a first time home buyer workshop, but the concept of it would apply over to sellers, senior move down, investment properties 101 for someone who's maybe never purchased an investment property. Airbnbs are popular in certain areas, but there are certain specific regulations and requirements that you need to make sure that you're aware of. So think about that if that is an option or something that you would like to tackle as well. Okay, another great one is to collaborate with local businesses and cross promote. Now, in Jumpstart Session 3, when we talk about your database, one of the things that we introduce to you in that session is your list of service providers. You specialize in selling homes. Homes need maintenance on occasion. And by building out your resources of service providers, you could easily cross market with them. And that is where we talk about how to really maximize that opportunity for you as well. Okay. You can also join some local Facebook or Nextdoor community groups. Don't be salesy in there, but you would be offering maybe one tip a week in your Nextdoor. It's called Nextdoor. It's a neighborhood, usually social media platform. You usually get an email, or I get my notices through emails on it. But again, you could provide a real estate home maintenance tip of the week in there. So that is one option to consider as well. Again, it's right smack in front of you. We so often are looking for something further out and we forget to be hyper local. You could also congratulate new homeowners in your community, even if they were not your client. Because we all know the stats. Unfortunately, 80 to 90%, 85 to 92% of clients said they would use their agent again if they ever heard from them again. So I would send them a welcome to the neighborhood card. I would send them I have a monthly newsletter. Would you like to get it as well? And just send it to them until you are able to build up communication with them. There is nothing wrong with that. Some other ideas in not missing out on opportunities is please, please, please send handwritten notes, handwritten birthday cards, handwritten, handwritten on the envelope, a birthday card, an anniversary card, a house, anniversary card, thinking of you card. You should have a goal to do minimum of one a day. That's 5 a week. Now, I don't care if you do all 5 at one time and send them out, but every single one of you should have a roll of stamps sitting on your desk where you work. That serves as a reminder that you want to get those out. Now, I'll tell you, I know people go, well, I only text message or I only email. Well, get over yourself, because people love to get a handwritten note in the mail. And when it comes in, it makes their day. So, and they will keep that forever and a lifetime. All right. So here's another one. Call your sphere. Shocker. We often talk about that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5 contacts a day. But make sure you're saying the right thing to them and not wanting them to block you. So again, just reach out and say, hey, how's it going? Was thinking of you, or I was driving through your neighborhood the other day. Thought of you, just wanted to follow up and say hi. So I'm just checking, does your home still meet your needs? Do you still love it? Great, good, yes or no, or is it what they say? You're good. But it's left a gentle little tap, tap, I'm still in the business moment. Okay. Create a non-monetary referral rewards program. Again, I'm going to say pause on that one, but you need to double check that that does not violate any local regulations that may apply to your footprint. Okay. Email a short market update. Oh my gosh. Here at Samson, we have numerous things that you're able to set clients up on, either through your website, through Real Scout, through, in fact, the class we're doing right after this is teaching you how to do a market snapshot, a CMA fruit bowl. Again, it's not a full detailed 20-page market CMA. It is just a snapshot with, and you put a Post-it note on it or write on it if you're going to email it with, hey, ran some numbers. I thought of you. I ran some numbers. And if you're interested, I'd like to get your feedback on this, or what is your thoughts? So it's simple. They're going to open it and go, oh, interesting. Okay. But again, it's those, sometimes it's just those little touch points to make sure that you are staying top of mind. All right, so here's some other creative marketing ways. Again, the home evaluation or the CMA. Host a walk and talk. Now, you can do a walk and talk about your neighborhood. If you have a preferred vendor who is a home inspection, who does home inspections, and they would be willing to do a walk and talk with you to share 3 or 5 often things that homeowners overlook on a property, you've got yourself a 1-minute video that is going to bring value and be dynamic for your consumer. So think about that as well. Or a roofer. You can do it with a roofer. You can do it with almost any vendor out there. So you got several ways in which you can go on to there. Offer to interview a local business person that will then go on to your YouTube channel. Again, it's very similar to the business-to-business networking. It's the interviewing the local people around your neighborhood. What do they offer? What do they bring? You know what? It's all good. You could also do featuring community heroes, whether they're teachers or firefighters or nurses or, whatever your experience is, regardless of your footprint, that is something that can be done as well. You also have the opportunity to offer a downloadable guide. Let's say it's your free reports. 5 tips for getting ready to sell. First-time homebuyer checklist. You can do those in Word. You can do them in Canva. They make you save them as a PDF. You get the link, you put the link on your website, and there it is a free downloadable information. So your website becomes the go-to source. What else is on this long list of things that you are able to do? Obviously, sharing successful client stories as well is also a good one. Another great one is to use the free tools that you have available, like Canva, for an eye-catchy social media post or flyer. It doesn't have to be just words. You can have a nice little pop to it with color or animation. So if you do not know how to use the basics of Canva, that may be something that you want to put on your list to try to figure out some of the tips within Canva. Another one for long-term where you don't miss opportunities is keeping your database updated. You know, just checking in every once in a while, making sure they're still using that same email that you're emailing them to, double check on, you know, other things that may be happening in their life, if they've got dogs or cats or kids or graduations or anything like that. But keep your database updated and filled with valuable information. Let's say, oh, you could even ask the local newspaper if you can do a letter to the editor or a small article regarding about what's going on in the community or reasons that people should consider gravitating to that neighborhood. So find out if there's local or even community newsletters that they would either allow you to place a small, inexpensive ad in or do it free of charge. That's always an option. So those are just a long list of variables. Now, here's what I'm going to ask you and to do. Jot down for the next week. Where do you go and who do you see? Are you seeing another human being? If you are, did you offer them a free newsletter, not your business card, a free newsletter? If you are going to a doctor's office or dental or eye or car repair or anything, ask yourself, can I go to the dollar store, buy a small bowl for $1, $1.25, buy a small bag of individually wrapped candies or lifesavers, put them in the bowl, put a little post-it note on the top, just wanted to thank you for, for always being there for me. Put some newsletters there, and when you're at the doctor's office, drop it off. But what I want you to do is start paying attention to who you are crossing paths with and seeing during the course of a week. You will be amazed and surprised at how many people you actually engage and interact with, but yet they don't even know that you're in real estate. So the name badge, I'm a firm believer, everybody should have a name badge. And yes, I used to get mine with the bling on it. I had silver, gold, white, and black. That way you can color coordinate. And I'd have, I'm your advocate, your consultant, your realtor, and yes, your PPS. And that would always engage a conversation to say, oh, so what's the PPS? Oh, I'm glad you asked. I am your professional problem solver. There you go. So be aware. Again, I would challenge you, I would double dog dare you to make a list of the people that you have either seen over the last couple of days or moving forward for the next week, who you are coming in contact with that you walked away and went, they don't know I'm in real estate. So I'll tell you a fun little story. I was up in one of our offices doing some training, and they decided they were going to take me to lunch afterwards, which was very kind of them. So we all went. We're still continuing to gab 90 miles an hour. We walked out. I rode with one of the gals, and when we walked out, we passed the little restaurant's community bulletin board. And there was about 6 of us. And we walked out, and I got out to the parking lot, and I turned around and said, every single one of you is fired. And they all started laughing. And they said, what did I do? I said, we just walked past the community bulletin board and not one of you left the newsletter behind. We just had 3 waiters and waitresses serving us at various stages. Not a one of you left a business card or a newsletter with thank you for your great service on it either. And they all went, oh, they turned around and ran back in there. It was the funniest thing ever. But there again, there was opportunity right there. And as it turned out, the gal that I rode with also was Spanish speaking. And so she went with one of her newsletters on the bulletin board and then came out and was talking to 2 of the staff members who were hauling stuff out to the trash out back, just, said hi and thank you and blah, 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 and got in conversation with them only to find out his aunt was needing a real estate agent because she was wanting to buy. So she ended up being able to help her over the next couple of months, and she would have missed it. So again, there's so many opportunities that we miss and overlook because we're busy paying attention to something else somewhere else. And stop. It's called bloom where you are planted, and stop and smell the roses. So with that is what I have for you today. This is short, sweet, and to the point. I will take and download this onto my website for you under the Listen and Learn channel. I know that there's about 20 in the other room that are sitting in on their HQDU that said, Lynn, please record it today because we want to listen to it later. So I will be doing that. And with that, if there's no questions or comments you want to throw in and add in, thank you for taking the time to join us today. Don't miss those opportunities. Open your eyes, bloom where you are planted, and I double dog dare you to go take and make a list of those people that you are crossing paths with on just an everyday, day-to-day basis, and that you're not leaving a little thank you behind. Now, another great one. Y'all have cars, I'm assuming, and drive a lot. If you're anything like me, your car is constantly getting serviced just for basic maintenance. I always made sure that when I took my car in to be serviced, I would also bring them a container of cookies with, hey, just wanted to say thank you. There was one day I had to rush it in. This was a couple years ago for something last minute that needed to be done to it. I think it was tires or something. And it was hotter than you know what. I mean, it was one of those scorcher days. And when I got one, these guys were all busting their buns and they were sweating and all having a good time. I ran to the local store after I got my car back. I ran to the store. I asked them if they had a refrigerator or a freezer, and they said, yes, they did. I went and bought the individual containers of ice cream and then those popsicles and took them back to them. You would have thought that I had given them all $100 bill. They were so thrilled to get that. It's like, hey, I got to take care of my people. You know what I mean? You take care of me, keep me safe on the road. I'm going to make sure that you get taken care of and stay safe and sound as well. So don't miss those golden opportunities. With that, go be wonderful. Go be awesome. Remember to think outside the box. And I don't care what you know or what you think you know. I want to know what you're doing with what you know. So with that, my friends, I'm going to say goodbye. We'll see you in the next episode. Coming soon. Bye for now.
Thank you, Lynn. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You are welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you so much.